Here we are at the first day of the London Bike Show 2012, and we've got a British national champion, third in the European standings this year in four-cross, Scott Beaumont. And tell us a little bit about your new deal for this season.
Yeah, well, a pretty major thing for me. I've just picked up a sponsorship deal with Yeti, and it's a 2-year contract. It's going to carry me through 2012, 2013 seasons, and yeah, I'm just really stoked for the whole thing. It's took a few months to pull together. With Jared Graves now moving more towards downhill, the British side of my sponsorship deal was Silverfish. They wanted to keep me on their books and keep me on a brand with them. And yeah, talking with the guys in USA as well, and it's all sort of come together and made a really cool, nice deal. So yeah, we're looking forward to racing the British Series next year, the Schwalbe European Series, and also the new four-cross Pro Tour.
Yeah, Scott, I was just going to ask you about the new Pro Tour. I mean, that's something you've worked really hard with.
Yeah, the UCI made a pretty shock announcement in September last year, saying that four-cross was now not going to be in the World Cup Series for 2012 and for the foreseeable future, which was a shock to the hundreds of four-cross riders around the world and the teams that are involved in the World Cup sport, specifically four-cross. And also the organisers who have built these tracks over the years and spent money on getting four-cross, built up into where it is. And in September, it was kind of doom and gloom for a lot of four-cross guys. It was like, right, there's no four-cross series next year and it's done. Well, no, we weren't really happy with that so much, and neither were the organisers, and nor were sponsors and companies like Yeti and Schwalbe especially, strong supporters of four-cross. They wanted to make sure there was a new World Series of four-cross happening. So myself and Chris Roberts, who currently, even though I race as a full-time racer, I still help Chris Roberts with the organisation of the Schwalbe European Series, and we decided it was down to us. We're just going to push on and create a new four-cross Pro Tour. A lot of time was taken, contacting the organisers and getting the organisers on board. But now we've overcome those hurdles and overcome the initial sort of problems of setting up a complete new World Series. Everything's just going fantastic now, and all the organisers are on board. Our first round is going to be at Houffalize, which is a cross-country World Cup, which is a real well-attended big event. Our second round will be in Poland, a four-cross track that's in the middle of a city centre. The town actually closes down mid-afternoon. Everyone comes over to watch the four-cross race, so it's an amazing atmosphere, amazing track, so we're looking forward to going there. And then the next two rounds are actually at existing World Cups. The Val di Sole and Fort William organisers in particular didn't want to lose four-cross. They see it as a vital part of their weekends for World Cups. And they wanted to make sure there was a world round of four-cross there and all the world's top four-cross riders were in attendance. So it didn't take much sort of negotiation with those guys to ensure that a round of the four-cross Pro Tour was at Val di Sole and at Fort William. So I think Fort William in particular, obviously it's a home race for me and the rest of the British guys. But for four-cross riders in general, they kind of feel that's their sort of spiritual home. It's where the first ever four-cross World Cup took place. It's where the last sort of 10 years of World Cups have really sort of been fantastic, and the crowd and the atmosphere and everything at Fort William is just so electric and so good. We in our four-cross Pro Tour plans, we were just like, the first point, we've got to be at Fort William. We've got to be there. It's a big event. It's a huge point on the calendar, and so yeah, we're proud that we're going to be going there. And then actually, there's a final round which we're still in negotiations with. And the details on that will be press released in the next few weeks. So yeah, it'll be a 5-round Pro Tour World Series, and yeah, it's going to be great actually.
Well, I think a lot of us feel you guys really do deserve a lot of support for what you've done and keeping it going, because certainly from the point of view of commentators and journalists and the like, four-cross is the spectator side of mountain bike sport, and to have it carrying on, particularly at places like Houffalize and Fort William, I think is a no-brainer for most of us. Got to say, new bike, new start, new directions. Still haven't had a British winner at Fort William.
No, there's still a couple of challenges on my radar. I mean, yeah, I'm 33 years old now. This is my 30th year of racing. I started racing when I was 4 years old with BMX, and so yeah, this is a bit of a celebration year for me anyway. But yeah, a new sponsor with Yeti, and I'm just feeling, stronger than ever. I'm feeling really fast, really good. I've got a great training program going with my trainer. and life is just generally good, and I'm feeling pretty confident. Fort William is a huge point on my radar. I'd love to just hit that final and then a little bit of luck and just see where we end up. But I always go there feeling confident, and the last couple of years we had a couple of things and minor things go wrong that just sort of threw the day out, and it didn't really happen for me or any of the other British guys actually. But this year I'll be really looking forward to Fort William and getting a good ride under my belt there. But let's not forget the UCI only capped the World Cups, but the World Championships are still happening for four-cross. This year, I keep saying next year, 2012. This year there will still be a four-cross World Champion crown at Leogang, and those rainbow stripes are still very much up for grabs for all the riders. And obviously with who has to be considered the main guy over the last few years, Jared Graves, now moving back towards some downhill. It really is, I believe, a wide open championship this year in the Pro Tour and at the World Championships. I think there's probably one of 12 or 15 guys who potentially have a good year under their belt and a bit of momentum going into Leogang could take those rainbow stripes and do it. So I've raced a long time, I've got the experience, and now I feel like I've got a fantastic bike to work with. I'm just looking forward to 2012 and hopefully those 2 points on the radar, getting some good results for the British crowds.
Well, I think everyone at Love Velo TV wishes you the best of luck. I can guarantee you're going to have some really biased commentary for all those events as well. But from me, Dan, from Scott and from Matt, we'll see you soon.